All right, so everybody doing today? Gonna do a demo here on creating flats and adding some shading. We're gonna work in grayscale. We're gonna work in grayscale because we want these images to be accessible to people with color blindness. And if the image works in grayscale, then we can be sure that everyone will be able to sort the image properly. Also, the technique that I'm showing you here in this assignment in general really includes a coloring method that starts with grayscale that's extremely fast and effective. You might be wondering why we don't use the paint bucket, and I'll show you why right now. Let's go and fill this area right here with a dark gray. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to grab the paint bucket. I'm going to leave these settings. You can set this tolerance wherever you want. The same thing will happen down here. And you see we get this strange line. Now I can try to fill it again. It gets rid of some of it, but I still have it there. I can try to fill it again. Still not good. And I can even hit it a third time and it just keeps getting worse. So that's why we don't use the paint bucket. Right, so let's get started with this method. We're going to use the magic wand tool to select areas, and then we're going to fill them. But in order to make this a super efficient process, we're going to use something called Photoshop Actions. To get Photoshop Actions, we're going to go into the window pane here, and we're going to look for something called Actions. Select that, and you get this big list of a bunch of preset actions. I like to keep my actions in this little area right here. You can also keep it up here. I like it here. If I open that up, I can make a new action. Okay, my new action is going to be to fill this person. So first thing I want to do is choose the person layer. I want to choose the color that I'm going to fill the person. I'm going to choose black. I'm going to get the magic wand, and I think a 5x5 average tolerance 20 anti-alias and contiguous will work fantastic. I am going to select that area. Okay. Now I'm going to get my actions going, and I'm going to make a new action because this is the part that I'm going to be doing over and over again, where I'll want the action to do it instead of me doing it. So I click right here, New Action. I'm going to name it Fill, and I'm going to click Record. Now it's going to be recording all the things that I do. The first thing I'm going to do is expand this fill. Select, modify, expand by just 1 pixel. That will get rid of the little space between the fill and the line. The next thing I'm going to do is go to Edit, Fill, Foreground Color. Make sure that's chosen. That will fill it whatever color I picked here. Okay. And I'm going to go to Select and Deselect. And then I'm going to stop recording. This is the stop button right there. Now I have a cool little fill action. Okay. We can save these actions and load them into other files, other Photoshop files later on, or we can share them with other people. So in order to save an action, the first thing we need to do is put it in its set, because we can only save action sets. Right now this is a set. It's called default, and I had put that in the default set. But if I want to just send this action or save this action by itself, I can make a new set. I can call it bills fill, and I can drag this little action into that new set. Okay, so I made a new set called a bills fill, and I dragged that in there. Now I can choose bills fill set. I can go to save actions, and it will find this folder called actions. That is the default folder. I think that'll be fine. I'll set it there for now. See, I already had one in there. So I replaced it. And now if I want to load that set into another file, what I would do is go into the little actions menu, select load actions, and there it is in my actions folder. And I would open it up. You see now I have two of them because I just loaded that one. If you download the action, right, you can go to your download folder, find it there, and upload it from anywhere, really. So that is how you can save an action, load an action. I'm going to put my bills fill action link to it to download from the assignment website. So you can look for it there. If you have trouble making your own action, you can always upload mine and use that one. And let me show you how you can apply that to the other parts. So let's say I want to fill some other areas with my light source coming here from the upper left. I'm going to get my magic wand, select this, 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 and this. And those are going to be a nice light color. I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to use these three: light, medium, dark, for my fills. I'll click OK, and then I'm just going to select play, and it fills them. Fantastic. All right, now I am going to continue to fill my entire little person here. I think I'll do the intermediate midtones next. I'm going to make sure I click my midtone color. I will select the midtone areas. I'm holding the shift key down and adding to this selection. I believe that would be them. Make sure I choose my fill action and just click record. Boom, there they are. Now I will choose a dark tone. I will fill my dark areas. So once again, I get the magic wand. I think that's a dark area. Shift click, dark area. Ooh, dark area. Probably gonna have to zoom in here to get this one. Yep. Zoom back out. And once again, I just play my fill action, and it looks like I have the wrong color on his head here, so I'm going to go back, choose black, select that face such as it is, and play my fill action, and I think that is looking pretty good now. Next thing I'm going to do now is go ahead and select these other layers, and I'm going to do the exact same thing I did with the figure. And in my case, I can just do it to one of these spaceships here, and then I'll be able to just duplicate that and copy it around and resize it. And that'll save me a lot of time. All right, so as I was starting to fill the rest of my things, I noticed I'm getting some what I like to call anomalies here. Little black dots on these corners, a little kind of a odd fill in that corner, Down here on my person, I got a little piece here that didn't quite fill all the way. I'm not going to worry about those because I am currently zoomed in at 400%. If I go to 100%, you see, can't really notice those. Also, this right here file is at twice size, if you recall, from what the final product is going to be. So really, if I go down to 50%, that's the actual pixel dimensions. And you can see all those tiny little anomalies just go away. So be careful you don't zoom in and fix little things like that that really don't need to be fixed.